AFTV Picks have gone and done it again. This week for the Arsenal versus Manchester City game, we are giving away an Xbox Series X. Free. Yeah, free. Also, you can win yourself up to £1,000. All you got to do is enter AFTV Picks, make your selections, and the Xbox, and up to £1,000 can be yours. You've got to be over 18 to enter, and the link is in the description. So click on it now, don't hesitate, and win yourself an Xbox Series X.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching from. Welcome to AFTV. This is the daily news show. Big up Robbie there, giving away Xbox Series X. Do you know what it is? I'm a clothing and trainer guy, right? And I normally get, when they have raffles and stuff, I try and get loads of people to enter. And I tried to do this with Xbox Series X. I was like, boys, listen, all you got is free. Go on to AFTV Picks. Yeah, it's free. All of you just pick opposite to what I pick, and hopefully one of us will win, and we'll somehow sort out who gets the Xbox. Bro, I want the Xbox so bad. But yeah, big up Robbie. Today, guys, if you don't know on AFTV Picks, they give, like you clearly just saw there, Xbox Series X and a share of £1,000. You just have to join. Do the questions before kickoff today. Got loads of time, got plenty of time. It's all free. I mean, come on. I don't know anyone that gives away free stuff like that, apart from Santa. But I'm joking. Yes, James, how are you? I can see. Oh, you're not at home today. What's going on?
I'm not. I'm in the studio. I got here early. Lots of prep to do before City. But I've got to come clean with you guys already. I've had a clanger because I got here thinking, right, cool, like studio. There's a lot here in the studio. Like we can set some stuff up. It'll be good. And I brought my webcam, but I didn't bring the adapter. So I don't look as crisp,
as ravishing as
well
as your pads.
The camera doesn't look as crisp as normal, but yeah. To be honest, but the internet's better here, so yeah.
Yeah, fair.
You lose some, but all good. Long day ahead. We've got big game at 4:30 today. Yeah, this is a really fascinating one. People have basically said that, it's a done deal. We're here to take part, take the L, and move on. But
yeah,
I'm not so sure.
Yeah, that's that's me. Yesterday, I put this basically when the video. If you guys haven't seen it, yesterday we did the preview, and I was certain that we were gonna get smacked up today. Yeah. And then James was just spitting facts as he does and getting in my head, doing the One Division thing and changing up my conspiracy. And I was like,
I'm changing your world, mate. I'm manipulating reality so that you think Arsenal are good.
Literally taking me back to the 03-04 season, just thinking, boy, you know what I mean? This could be done. And then I just snapped out of it after the stream. After I was getting confused, I snapped out of it. It was like, it's like vision. I got touched and back into the real world. I went into the comments like, James almost had me believe we were going to win today. And then I looked at more stats. I've watched some. I said, nah, we're getting smacked. 5-1, I'm going to say.
5-1, my word. You've got the complete other way now. I mean, there's losing and then, okay.
Bro, you honestly, yesterday, you had me. I was like dazzled. I had to make a story on my Instagram and said, are we going to win tomorrow? And if we do, how? I like the feedback from people was so funny. And I was like, I know you're going crazy.
There's a thread pinned at the top of my Twitter account, and the thread is, however many times, I don't know what the number is, but it's when Arsenal. No, this is it. When Arsenal beat the odds and proved the doubters wrong, and it's every single time that people thought we were down and out.
The Twitter thread. I saw that.
Yeah.
You love that.
Inspires me, man.
Yeah, you did. You showed me that actually. I mean, nah. You're not doing it.
There's a few City wins in there. Just saying,
bro. You're not doing it to me again today. I've seen their form. Okay. Do you know what? If we start winning or going up at the studio today, I'm gonna just look at you and generally believe you're a wizard. There'll be something. I will just stare at you and think there's some black magic or something going on with this kid. So today we'll find out. Anyway, when I get to that studio, we'll sort it out. Right?
Yeah. I'm looking here. There's a couple cities in there. So who knows?
Man, Saka and Foden El Clasico today. People are saying,
yeah, the Saka Foden derby, the generational English youngster derby. I quite like that.
Here's a quick question then, James. Yesterday, obviously, it was the Merseyside derby, and I was watching Don Robbie channel, and I was saying Everton are going to win this today before it started, right?
Wow.
And I don't know why. I just I feel like Everton's got it. Obviously, Liverpool's performance has been great, and they had suffered loads of injuries, but I just had a feeling it'd been Everton's day. So I put it in the comments right at the beginning, and then it was their day. I don't know if your thoughts were different, because obviously people would say Liverpool's still the favourites, but
let's go into it. Let's go into yesterday's fixtures and stuff. I thought Liverpool's win at Leipzig was exactly what they needed, just to remind themselves that, all right, you've got defensive injuries, and they have suffered injuries. Like, let's be fair to Klopp and Liverpool. They've had a real injury crisis this year, but they can still field their best front three. So the goal threat's still there. And I know that without Van Dijk, you can't press as well. And that all plays a part. You can't have Henderson in midfield. Fabinho's been out. I get all that. But I thought beating Leipzig was going to be enough to sort of wake them up a bit and make them realise, you know what, we don't have to be perfect, but let's just go on a bit of a run now and secure top four. And then they basically lose to Everton. Now, I know they've had injuries and all, but do Liverpool have a worse starting 11 yesterday than Fulham, who beat Everton and beat them comprehensively playing good football the other day? No, they don't. They're better than Fulham. They're still better than Fulham.
Fulham are on the up, though. They listen.
They're on the up. They're on the up. We'll chat about them in a sec as well. But it was a real missed opportunity for Liverpool to pick up a bit of momentum. You know, you win that first leg in the Champions League 2-0. That's impressive. Go win the Merseyside derby, and then just everything that happened, you put it behind you, and you go, right, let's go now. And they missed that chance. So big questions about whether they'll even make top four. And what I will say is, I don't have big aspirations for Arsenal to make top four, because there are better teams at the moment, and there are teams that had better starts. But before yesterday, I would have said to you, yeah, Liverpool are in bad form, but we're not going to catch them. Like, we're just not. Like, we're not good enough. We're not consistent enough. They're not consistent enough. Blah blah blah. But now, see how bad it's got for them. I'm like, God, if we put a run together, we could actually catch Liverpool, which doesn't guarantee you sixth or fourth or anything. But suddenly, basically what I'm trying to say is, I think before they were fourth or fifth, but I felt they were always going to find their way and ultimately finish top four. Whereas now, I think they've actually been dragged into the dogfight properly. If you get what I'm saying.
Do you think it's the worst offence of a Premier League champion? Because that's what everyone keeps saying. I don't know if it is, though.
No. I'll tell you why. Because they were top up until about 15 games in, maybe. They were at the top. They were leading it. They were still playing good football and getting really good results. But injuries have clearly played a part, and it's kind of all just crumbled since then. Yeah. I've seen other sides like Chelsea, City, they've been out of it way earlier in their title defences. Yeah. So no, I don't think this is the worst. And you've got to count injuries. You've got to count that it's a pandemic year and it's weird. And Anfield's a big part of what made Liverpool so good. It's not everything. It's the players and the manager, but it's a part of it.
Yeah, but it's a big part. It's definitely their 12th man, the fans.
It is, right?
100%.
Yeah, but their football was, as Klopp called it himself, heavy metal football. It's all about energy, intense pressure in a football match, and they thrive on that. Yeah. Without the crowd, you can't recreate. So, look, maybe I'm giving them too many excuses. They should 100% be doing better than they are. A bit like we were early in the season. We should have been doing better than we were, but also there were reasons for us not being as good as we should have been. So I want to be fair, like I was, when speaking about us, and say about Liverpool as well. But it's a fascinating one.
Definitely, James. I want to bring this up. Look at this guy calls Hector Bellerin.
Hecky B. We have a bit of a joke in the
We have a joke in the office of the studio. We call him that, Hecky B. How funny! But right, let's go. James? Where would you like to go from to carry on? Would you like to go to the rest of the Premier League games?
We started on Premier League results, so we may as well carry it on. Let's look at that Friday night game. Obviously, Wolves beat Leeds, which I thought was a good result for them. I thought Leeds would have a bit of a bounce back after what we did to them. They didn't, which is very interesting. Wolves obviously beat them. I think that's a crucial win for Wolves. We'll look at the table as well. But I just think Leeds, this is Leeds. They blow hot and cold. They beat Leicester 3-1. But then they lose to Everton 2-1, should have won. They lose at Wolves. They get smacked by us. They get smacked by us, who haven't been smacking anyone this year. So that's kind of the weird thing. You then look at Southampton, Chelsea. I mean, I didn't get to watch it. I was hearing it on the radio while doing other things, and
yeah,
you know,
1-1. I heard it was quite a stale game. I didn't watch the whole game either. Caught some highlights.
What do you make of Callum Hudson-Odoi being subbed on at half time and then being brought off before the full-time whistle?
For a young player, yeah, that is honestly probably the worst thing. It's devastating as a player. And you know what?
Yeah.
The manager can sugarcoat it, which they tend to do. It's for a tactical reason. I know we wanted to stay on, but we had to do it to make change to secure this or try this. No matter what you tell a young player that in that situation, their head is, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. And
Do you think?
yeah, like he may be confident, think, nah, do you know what? It's no, never. In there, that hasn't happened to me. I'm not gonna lie. It's happened to a player of mine when I was playing, and he was just, his confidence was just shot, absolutely shot. Yeah, I don't know, and I still don't know why that was why he did. He got subbed off. So I have to really find out from some Chelsea fans.
Well, here's what Thomas Tuchel had to say.
Go on.
Asked about it, he said, no, it was not injury related. He goes, by the way, this sounds bad at first, but actually he kind of explains it, but I still don't think it's great.
Go on.
He says, I was not happy with his attitude, energy, and counter pressing.
Yeah,
in a game where it was not easy to create chances, you need to rely on counter pressing to force errors to get the second ball and get the easy chance. I get what he's saying there, but whether Hudson-Odoi wasn't doing that, I don't know. I didn't watch it. He then says, and for that, you need to be totally on and sharp for counter-pressing, and I did not feel this with Callum today. He missed some opportunities for counter-pressing and lost some easy balls, and I had the feeling he was never really in the game. Then he goes, I trust him a lot as he plays every game for us, but today I was close to him, and I do not know, maybe it was unfair, but I did not get the normal feeling with him today that he can be decisive. So it's a hard decision today, but nothing that will stick between us or stick for long. Tomorrow it will be forgotten. We prepare for Atletico. Asked about whether it dent his confidence, he said, no, absolutely not. Everyone has to understand that I make decisions to win games. There's no problem that he makes mistakes, has a bad game or misses, but we can't lack energy, even 10% or 5%. It's not possible. I know what he can give, and it's why I trust him a lot. That will not change. He knows exactly what I demand from him. And when he doesn't reach his level, maybe it means a hard decision like today. There is more, but I'm aware I've just been reading for like 2 minutes straight. The reason I read all the rest of it was because the first quote, I want to be fair to Thomas Tuchel, the first quotes are very damning. And then the second half of the quotes are, no, but I trust him. He's played every game. Almost like he's like, I've done this because I have the biggest expectations of this guy.
Mm.
So
he definitely the comment saying as well. He didn't sugarcoat it, but for me, boy to boy, that would hurt me a little bit.
Yeah, I'd be upset.
That would hurt. He basically said, yeah. Obviously, he says there's no hard feelings there, but he's saying he doesn't press hard enough. His energy wasn't there, which I don't know. Unless Callum Hudson-Odoi went on a night out before, and he was feeling a bit ropey that morning, and he didn't have a good, and he knew he wasn't having a good game because of that. Fair, but if it's just this is normal,
yeah, but we know it's not, right? So
yeah, so
it's a bit. Can you imagine? Sometimes when we do the watch-alongs, we'll swap at half time. Can you imagine? I come in at half time, and then like with 20 minutes or 10 minutes to go, Robbie's like, "Should we just get back on?" I'd be like,
if that happened.
I look forward to my P45. Thanks, mate. Good fun.
Imagine Robbie did that thing. Yeah, Cecil, you did the first half. James, you did the second half of the watch along. Halfway through the second half. Yeah, James. Oh, that's the.
We're going to bring Laurie on.
That's a great way to look at it. That's a great. See, and now imagine that. That's how we look at it. That would hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
No matter what you say to me, Robbie could be like, sorry, so Cecil, James doesn't have much energy. We have to just. It's fine. He will be back next. No, it doesn't cut. Anyway, we're gonna go to carry on with the games as well. JD says title of the video, party update, content, everything else apart from bro.
JD, we're just chatting.
Jeez, Louise.
Whoa,
JD,
fine. Well, let's get into it. We'll go back to the Premier League stuff then. Well, no, to be honest,
we're gonna give them what they want. But you're
All
going
right,
to
well, let's wrap it up because we are halfway through, to be fair.
Right.
On the Premier League side of things, obviously that Chelsea result quite good for us. Obviously, we need to capitalise and try and get something against City today for it to be relevant. Just a little look at the Premier League table because wow, people are anxious, man. People also need to realise, by the way, that on a serious here, a lot of people jump on the lives later, like not from the very first minute. So we're not going to open and be like, hi. Partey might be back.
Yeah.
There's other things to talk about as people
Thanks for watching.
They'll get their update, so everyone could be a part of it. So anyway, just a quick look at where everything stands. Obviously, Chelsea in fourth on 43 points. No, it's all right. JD, we love you and thank you very much.
JD, I'll play it, bro.
Thank you for tuning in and watching the show, and everyone as well. And thank you for being patient. We know we went off on a bit of a tangent. Well, not a tangent. We're going to talk about it anyway. But a win for us puts us on 37 points. Which is 6 points behind Chelsea. That was really slow mental math. 6 points behind Chelsea. So you got to say, top four is a possibility, but I just don't think we should even bother entertaining it because A, I think getting 3 points today would be a miracle, and B, I'm positive that we can get a point, but 3 points is something else. But also we're not consistent, even in this latest run where things have looked a little bit better. We're not consistent. We should have beaten Benfica. We should have beaten Wolves. Yep. Two teams who were crap on the day and we didn't beat them. And that's why I don't have faith. But I suppose it keeps things interesting for us at least.
Facts, 100% facts. I've kind of given up on the league, if I'm honest. We could make a late run, and we do. It's stats do tell us that Arsenal always in the second half of the season really do pick up points if you look at the history. But if I'm honest, James, it's not for me this season, bro. Well, I think we've got to focus on Europa, and even then, bloody hell,
we've left ourselves some work.
Yeah, we've got work to do, bro. I wish if we focused on it, I'll tell you what, that Benfica game didn't bloody show it.
All right, should we go into then?
Here we go. Boom, boom. What you've all been waiting for.
Let's do it. All right, let's start with the Thomas Partey news. That's what everyone's here for. So this is interesting. Let me just explain where I thought we were before getting this news. Thomas Partey was supposedly out for this week. Like there wasn't any real hope they knew he was going to be out for Benfica, but they weren't confident. And this was back when he first got injured that he would be back for this game. Now, they're not saying he is, but they are saying that after left hamstring injury, Partey is progressing well from a strain to the hamstring against Villa and will continue to be assessed ahead of Sunday's match. So they are looking to assess him to see if he might be available for today, which obviously begs loads of questions. Do you throw him in like we did against Spurs? Do you not? We're going to chat about all that, but that's really surprising because I'd written him off being available for this game. I really hadn't thought we were going to see him at all. So the fact that he's being assessed is very interesting. I almost think if he's not fit, Arsenal have kind of missed a trick there because let's say there's like a 10% chance he'll be fit. I kind of think they almost should have told us he's not fit because I don't think anyone's expecting him to be fit.
Yeah,
so
he does that. I'll tell you, he does tend to do that. He does tend to do that. But then he might not. He may not be available. You might be putting mind games on Pep and saying that they might be giving out the news that he could be available. Might be throwing mind games in. Because if I'm honest, and people in the comments before I just pop up the super chat. Sorry, Aaron Scott just says I always say we will lose to City, but had a strange feeling we will win this. We play good each game. We just lack goals. Hopefully, Over can shoot. I've had them feelings. They're not always. You know what I mean? I know that, bro.
I get what he means.
Yeah, but quickly back to that point. So I want to ask people in the comments right now: if Partey is fit, and I know people are going to probably say yes, would you risk? Like I'm saying, he won't be 100% fit. Would you risk playing him? I'm sorry, even if he is fit now, he's not 100%. That is going to be facts. There's no way. So would you risk him on 80%, 90% fitness? I would love to know everyone's. See, people are saying no.
While the comments are getting in, there's a quick update on Alex Ronison, who I appreciate. We're probably not going to see play a game now for the rest of the season because we've got Matt Ryan, but he also had a left knee injury, which is sustained in training, and he's also going through further assessment. But I think we all know he's not going to play this game because Leno's fit, as far as we're aware, and Ryan's a second choice. But a lot of people saying no. Wow, interesting.
A lot of people saying no, and do you know what? I'm very surprised, James. I agree. I don't think we should. I think we've got a history of just when players are straight away fit, bring them back in straight away to play a full 90 and then killing them out. Partey is one who hasn't been injured before. Comes to Arsenal, sustained the most injuries he's ever had in his career. I wouldn't say this is the game to a high intensity game against City to throw him in there and be like, we need. This is not the game for it. And Arsenal haven't played the same team of players consecutively, well, once until last week. So it's like we keep chopping and changing. I don't think that's the right way. I think he should play a team that he feels confident in, that will trust and do what he's kind of set him out to do throughout the week, instead of this late addition of Partey, in my opinion, personally. Yeah, it is sad though, because Partey in the midfield against some of those players, you'd in hindsight you'd think, yes, this is the answer. He could be the answer to break it down, but I think he'll overkill him. And we've got a history of that this season, of overkilling players. And it's clear.
Well, actually, yeah. Two things. By the way, thanks for the super chat, Francis. Two things to say about it really quickly. Firstly, I think this is pandemic injuries. What I've kind of, at a glance, I've not looked at the numbers or anything, which is what I meant to do. But I've noticed just from a glance that there seem to be recurring injuries. Players who have got injured once are having a recurrence of injuries. Eric Bailly is a good example at Man United, but he's kind of always been quite injury prone. But Partey, Tierney, they've kind of had an injury and kind of kept having injuries.
Yeah.
Mainly, I think it's mainly down to the fixture schedule. If you look at Liverpool, I think kind of Fabinho is the best example. He's kind of been in and out a little bit. Trying to think of other players at other clubs, quite a difficult two though.
Yeah,
two others, but I need to go into it. I mean, if we look at Spurs, not really sure, but I think if you just, I think De Bruyne, Aguero, De Bruyne played most of the season, but Aguero, like I think basically what I'm trying to say is, because the recovery times aren't the same, because the fixture schedule is so compact, I think players aren't able to get fully fit. And do you know what you need? Sometimes you're fully fit, but you need to play on a Saturday and then not play again until the next Saturday, because you're fit, you've recovered, and you'll know about this more than me, but then you need the next week just to recover properly. So to be fully fit, but then play Saturday, Wednesday, Sunday, Thursday, can't do it, man. It's difficult. So,
and you need, you're right in what you're saying. The reason why I say it is because the fitness, not the fitness, what is it? It's the match fitness test when you're injured and you're coming back, and they make you do a test that is more intense than actually playing a match. You got to go on the bike for a stupid amount of time on high intensity. Then you got to do a run. You got to do a swim. Like to pass that test, to have 100% match fitness is harder than playing a match. That is fact. So it's always harder, and I think most players, when they come back from injuries, they don't never always obviously complete it. They never normally do, unless they really are fully rested, which in these sort of seasons doesn't ever happen. So again, you're right, James. Sometimes you need to play a match and then have a week off. Well, not a week off, but don't play the next game. Definitely not a week off. That is not.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think when Partey came back from his second injury, actually, that was the mindset was actually he was probably back for the Newcastle FA Cup game, but we didn't play him to the Newcastle Premier League game, and in between that was the Palace Premier League game. So almost like it was like, we're going to give him the extra. I think Kieran Tierney's definitely had the extra time off he needed. So there was a second point I was going to make, but I completely forgot. But it's an interesting one, and I suppose that leaves us wondering, when he is fit, what's our best partnership? Because him and Xhaka have looked very good together. Like, I've been critical of Xhaka, and when I criticize him, when I praise him, my consistent feeling on him is he's a good player who can absolutely do a job at a club in the top 6. But I don't think he's good enough to make you a serious team, because the role he plays is so crucial. So crucial. He is the ball winner and the tempo dictator, right? He's crucial. I don't think he's quite at the required level, but he's doing very well at the moment alongside Partey, and even alongside surpassed, apart from the other night. I thought he's looked all right. So who's our best partnership when Partey's fit? I
don't know. I think Partey and Ceballos.
I'd love to see Partey and Ceballos.
Yeah, Partey and Xhaka have been good. When I've seen them play together, you can't deny that. But yeah, Partey and Ceballos seems more. I want to see more from Partey, and I only think that's possible if he has someone alongside him that allows him to maybe break forward a bit more, be a bit more nippy and ratty at players. Like I think Partey does the defensive duties really well to allow Xhaka to play better games. But if he has someone alongside him that they can share that load, I think you'll see more of Partey maybe going forward a bit more. I've left up Jonga 82 Norris's super chat, basically saying it might be climate problems, climatizing to the league. And do you know what? He has a point. When I played, we had 2 Spanish players come in. This is mad at Crawley Town.
That's interesting.
Yeah, 2 young Spanish players. They were flary as anything. You just wanted to do. They were literally, you could tell they've been watching Ronaldo videos their whole life. And they couldn't climatize. They couldn't. They flew in. They got signed. I don't know who scouted them, but I don't know if they're watching it. They probably won't be watching this. Yeah, they weren't anything. They wanted to do tricks and step overs against everyone. But when it comes to English football, the league's quicker. It's not about the climate. I understand that it's cold at the moment. And I think if you look at Partey,
but I think that's what he's saying here.
He is. Probably is.
Natural.
Yeah, I think that's what he is.
I would think sports science is broken beyond that. But
okay, yeah. So you think, he would have? Well, you don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, because I just think Partey seems like quite in the heat and that he's more relaxed and calm. And when you see Partey play, if he loses the ball, his aggression to get it back, climate-wise, he overstretches. He goes in super hard on tackles. Like he always overstretches, like I said, and that is a risk of injury if you're not. I don't know if you're not used to warming up properly, stretching, having your body ready for matches like that.
I get what you mean. I've got to believe that they.
Oh yeah, you've got to believe that sports scientists have adapted to that.
They know what they're doing, right? But it is interesting, and it does make me wonder, right? Because when I was I'm sure people have heard me say this before. So I'm half Italian. My mum's Italian, and obviously Arsenal played in Italy the other day in Rome, and. Mum said something like, "Oh, I bet it's nice weather out there." And I was like, "Still February. Like it's probably a little tiny bit warmer here. Maybe 10 degrees instead of 7 or 8. But
yeah,
that's it." I had a little look. It's having like 16, 17 degrees this week, and then the game when it kicked off was 11 degrees.
And
I've always wondered, this is Thursday night.
Oh, geez.
In Benfica for the Benfica game in Rome. So I'm sitting there thinking, I do wonder whether I wonder whether there is some sort of real change. Like, I don't know whether it impacts things. I don't know. Obviously, I remember before the Rio World Cup, the players didn't they train in something like suits to get used to the intense heat of certain grounds they play at? Yeah, I just wonder whether that does play a part in some way.
It must have some sort of part. I know a lot of pro players are doing preseason training in their masks, them climatizing masks that make it harder for you to breathe in and just to improve your fitness levels. But I don't know about I don't know about the altitude training that you're talking about there. They probably did, if I'm honest. Nowadays, sports scientists it's all doing madnesses at the moment. Do you know what I mean? Yes. Yes, V go. I don't know, James. This is more of a thing for you, but we can look at this maybe for a pre-match, maybe. But if DT spit a fact,
is there a truth still mentioned by DT regarding Arsenal stopping Pep's unbeaten runs at Barca, Bayern, and City? Yeah, I need to look into it. This is I alluded to it because I saw it pop up. Mainly stopping the Bayern Munich runs. I'll look into it, but I think he's right. Yeah, I think DT's right. Yeah, nice. DT doesn't just say things for the sake of it.
It's true.
Sure,
yeah, he has aggression, but he actually at times he has okay knowledge as well. It's true though.
No, he'll that'll be spot on. I think. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, he's you could say he's a quite a trusted source. DT, I must say when it comes to facts and stats.
He's going to come in and he's going to kill you.
Sometimes just can be very hot-tempered at times, as you probably all know as well. Carl R says Odegaard needs to turn up the heat in a Liga. He was at his best. AG at the moment. So I'm reading this. Doing it in Barcelona, I believe. Right mid and attacking mid at Barcelona. Only seen him at 80% so far at Arsenal. Now, do you know what, Carl? I hear what you're saying, but like I said this before. He's only played he's only had 2 starts. Like, he is, in my opinion, he will get to that. He will get to his full potential, but we've got to give him time. Like, his first performance, I heard players, like fans saying he had an okay game. I was like, he kept the ball. He got on the ball more than any other player in like a couple minutes. Like, not where that's not fact, not any other player, but he got on the ball most out of the Arsenal team in the little time he came. He got on the ball most. Sorry, I'm chatting rubbish. He got on the ball most, so we've got to be ready for Odegaard to turn up when he in a few more. Give him a few more games. Give him a bit of time, people.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't get me wrong. Today will be class if he's key and just wraps it in. Like, I'd love to see him just switch on today, but we've got to give him time. He's had great performances when he started. I can't fault him at the moment. So big up, Odegaard, and I expect a lot from him today. Would you just pop up there? Arsenal formation is going to be a 9-0-1. Do you know what? Yeah, I'm going to sound mad. It's not going to be this, but in defense, serious, big and strong. For real. This is what we did. This is what we did in the cup game. We had everyone behind the ball. We had Aubameyang on the okay. Pepe was as well up there, but he was kind of in the midfield, and Aubameyang was on the last man. That is, a 9-0-1. I'm not angry at.
I'd be very angry at that. I'd be very angry at that.
Alcott, big up. Cecil Army, if DT's coming for you, we've got your back. Hold tight the gang. The DT army is strong. I felt the wrath of them as well before in Alger Touch. But I think we're kind of coming towards the end, James.
Yeah.
You want to finish up on?
No, that's it. It's going to be fascinating to see what Partey. Yes, to round off, it's very interesting to see what happens with Partey now. If he's available, if he's on the bench, I kind of think, I don't know what situation you bring him on. You know, maybe if you're trying to defend a lead, but that could be quite intense. If he's not fit enough to start, then I don't think he should be involved at all. It will be very interesting. If he starts today, that would be fascinating. That would tell you how much importance Arteta plays on this game and how much he believes we can still get top 4. And maybe the results from yesterday suggest that really is a possibility. I know Everton won yesterday, and I didn't want them to win because I wanted to try and chase them, but they're very inconsistent. They'll drop a lot of points still between now and the end of the season. I don't trust Everton. Whereas if Chelsea and Liverpool go on a run, I trust them to get over the line. But Everton, I don't really trust yet. So, we'll see.
Oh, cool, big up. And still feeling confident before we go today?
No, I'm just. I don't think we're going to get better. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. What was your score?
I went 1-1. I'm going to stick by it.
1-1. Yeah. The odds of it being 1-1 in 2 games, boy, I would like to know that as well. 1-1 in the Europa, 1-1 in the league. We'll see. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in. Before we go, I want to quickly say, like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, we don't do that enough. I had to go at Robbie for it. He told me off for having to go. He plugged his own channel, so I got to plug ours. Which not ours. Sorry, the AFTVs. It's not ours yet. Actually, we're part of it. Please comment, subscribe. I'm mad, aren't I?
Sometimes I just watch you talk. I just watch you go down a road.
I'm like, oh, no, yeah, no. I figure things out as I'm talking. But please, let's hit a like target. James, give him a like target. Random one.
I don't know.
That's what all the YouTubers do, James. Cool, what do they do? Let's do.
I'm a football nerd. I'm not a YouTuber.
I'm a lover of football, not a YouTuber. We are technically, but we're not. Okay, let's go for 1,000 likes. That might be really small. I hope that's quite a good number. Anyway, 1,000 likes. Big up all of you lot for watching and joining today. Thank you. We'll be at the studio in the next. Well, James is there, living his best life. I'll be there in the next hour or 2. So make sure you check out the pre-match build-up show. I'll be doing the Foden and Saka debate, and James will be breaking down what we're gonna expect. And he might convince you that we're gonna win today. He almost did it to me. He's going to use his powers, yeah. So make sure
40 minutes of Arsenal goals scored against Man City. That's all it's going to be. And look at this goal we scored against them. And look at this goal we scored against them.
I think that should be the topic of today. But guys, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you very soon. Enjoy the rest of the day. Make sure you check out AFTV Picks to get that Xbox Series X.
AFTV Picks have gone and done it again. This week for the Arsenal versus Manchester City game, we are giving away an Xbox Series X. Free. Yeah, free. Also, you can win yourself up to £1,000. All you got to do is enter AFTV Picks, make your selections and the Xbox, and up to £1,000 can be yours. You've got to be over 18 to enter, and the link is in the description. So click on it now, don't hesitate, and win yourself an Xbox Series X.